We have been looking at a passage the Apostle Paul wrote that shares a number of pictures of the person who has responded to what Jesus did for us. And so far we have seen the value of what Jesus did, and that because of Jesus, we may be surrounded with trials, but we're not crushed by them. Today I want to look at the next picture, but I want to read that whole passage again just to help remind us of the bigger picture. Paul writes, "But we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that this all-surpassing power is from God and not from us. We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. We always carry around in our bodies the death of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus may also be revealed in our body." And today I want to look at the picture, the phrase, perplexed but not in despair gives. Perplexed is a word that means confused, bewildered, and filled with uncertainty. How often is that our state of being? Confused, bewildered, and filled with uncertainty. We can't understand God. Sometimes He just doesn't make sense. Life is chaos. We feel like we're good people, and yet terrible things happen to us, and good things seem to happen to people who are evil. We strive to live healthy lives, and we get sick, while those who don't seem to care about how they live stay healthy. We work hard and seem to go nowhere, while those who slack off get promoted. We try to help others, but no one seems to care about us. We reach out to others, but no one seems to reach out to us. The list of things that confuse and bewilder us is never ending. And Paul's recognizing that that is a big part of life. And it can be overwhelming. It can create anxiety and depression. And many of us have struggled with both of those things at times. It's very unsettling when we can't make sense of life. We want at least enough order to give us some peace. And our condition apart from the gospel is that of often being perplexed. That's the picture of our lives. But Paul gives another picture of the life that has responded to the gospel of Jesus. The one who has received the gift of the swap of all of our sin for all of Jesus' righteousness. While many of the circumstances don't change, our condition does. We're still perplexed, but we're not in despair. We're not at wit's end. We can handle the uncertainty. There is still peace. There is still confidence in spite of not having all the answers. How different is that from where we often find ourselves, just being perplexed? Now, why does the gospel make that difference? It makes that difference because through the gospel we see how great God is, how much He loves us, how wise His plan is, and how deeply He is invested in each of us. So we can trust Him even when we don't understand Him. Life isn't fair, but God is. And in time we will see His work done to completion. Life may have struggles, but we will see His reward for persevering in faith. We may feel alone, but we know that God is always with us. Our past may haunt us, but we know that God forgives, and Jesus died to pay the price before God of that past. See the difference the gospel makes? This affects every area of our life. And we may not have all the answers. We may not always be comfortable with all that's going on, but we can have peace through it. And we can keep going on with confidence because of what God has done for us through Jesus. And I hope you not only receive that gift, but I also hope you enjoy the hope that it brings. You too can be perplexed, but not in despair in spite of all of the uncertainty that we live in. Dear loving God, thank you for the hope that we can have through Jesus and the strength that hope gives us in a world that is often confusing and discouraging. Thank you for being with us through it all. and for the assurance that we will see your perfection in all that happens when this is all over. Please, Lord, build our faith. In Jesus' name, amen.